Everyone, it's Chef Dominic Stewart again with EFNEP, the Expanded Food and Nutrition Education Program with Utah State University Extension. We're going to do part 2 of fruits and vegetables today, and we're actually going to talk about fruits. Okay, the dietary guidelines of America again recommend that you eat more fruits and vegetables than any other food that you eat. And my plate, you want to make sure that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables, okay? Today we're going to make a nice kind of warm citrus farro salad here, which is an ancient Italian grain, and this looks a lot like just a whole wheat, but it's an Italian wheat, and it just has a really nice earthy nutty flavor. So again, we're adding in those whole grains again because we can and we should, and we're gonna add in some beautiful orange segments. We're gonna make an awesome pomegranate vinaigrette with some reduced pomegranate juice here, and I'll talk to you about how I did that when we get to that point there. But in order to get to the salad, we need to cook our farro first. So if you want to come with me to the stove, we'll cook our farro. 3 cups of chicken stock. Again, I use chicken stock to impart as much flavor in my grains as I can. If you don't have chicken stock or you don't want to use chicken stock, maybe you're a vegetarian, you can use vegetable stock, or you can simply use water. Okay, and we're going to add 1 cup of farro to that. All right, we're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to reduce it to a simmer, and we're going to let that cook for about around 15 to 20 minutes or so. Okay. So we're going to turn our heat up, we're going to let that boil, we'll cover it, reduce it to a simmer. So while we're waiting for our farro to cook, we're going to make our vinaigrette and get our vegetables all cut up so everything's ready and waiting just to be tossed together. So in the base of a large bowl here, we're going to add in some reduced pomegranate juice, okay? This is literally 100% pomegranate juice. I use the Bulbacy Palm Wonderful bottle that you'll find in your produce section. And I put it in a pot, I put it on the stove, I bring it to a boil, and I just let it reduce down 2 cups to about 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice, okay? And we're gonna add that. You can see it's nice and thick and syrupy now. We're gonna add that to the base of our bowl. To that, we're gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar. I'm going to eyeball about 1 tablespoon. Okay. We need some sweetness from our honey, from our good old honey bear here. Add about 1 tablespoon of honey to it. Add in some salt and pepper. And we're going to whisk this together to kind of dissolve the honey and the salt. Okay. Now, we're going to slowly drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil. Always, when you're making a salad dressing, use a nice fruity extra virgin olive oil. And when I say fruity, I don't mean that it tastes like apples or strawberries. I mean that you can taste the olive in the oil. So we're going to slowly drizzle in some oil as we whisk vigorously into about 1/3 cup of our vinaigrette here. We're going to add maybe about 1/2 cup or so of oil. This will get really nice and thick and viscous. So you want to make sure that you keep stirring. And as you can see, our vinaigrette is starting to thicken up here. All right, let's go ahead and taste that. It's good. It's really good. All right. So we're going to set this off to the side, and we're going to chop up our vegetables that are going to go in our farro salad. So we're going to start off with a cucumber. Again, we're using our beautiful Italian or English cucumber that's nice and seedless. It has that beautiful thin skin on it. We're going to cut this into nice little small chunks. A nice thing to do with your salad is make everything around the same size. So if you're using a grain as your carbohydrate in your salad, then make everything around the same size as the grain. It just creates a better mouthfeel, and you're not fighting the salad to keep everything on your fork. Okay. Okay. We're going to add in some red onion. Okay. This red onion I'm going to thinly slice because I want that difference in texture. Now, a cool little trick with your onion, I love fresh raw onion, but I don't always love the spiciness of it. So if you slice it up and then put your slices in ice water with maybe a splash of some vinegar, and let them sit for about 20 minutes, they'll mellow out and they won't be so pungent. Okay. So we put our lid on our farro and we reduce it to a simmer, and that's going to go for about 15 minutes. We're going to chop up some red onion. This is the fastest way I found to cut up a red onion, is you just stand it up and then you just cut off the sides. Okay. And then you have all of your seeds and everything encompassed in the top there, and you don't have to chase seeds around the board. A little fact about vitamin C is that it is a powerful antioxidant, but it does not like heat. So when you're trying to incorporate your vitamin C into your diet, if you can eat the food that has the vitamin C raw, you'll get a higher concentration of it. And it's very, very important to get your vitamin C because your body doesn't produce it naturally, and it cannot store it either. So you can't just kind of binge eat a whole bunch of oranges and expect to be good, because your body just expels any extra excess that it has. So you need to make sure that you're eating fruits and vegetables with high concentrations of vitamin C daily. Okay. Now, when people think vitamin C, they automatically think oranges. Oranges are great in that they not only give you vitamin C, as with any citrus fruit, but they also have a nice high dosage of potassium in them. And potassium is very important for you because it helps to regulate your blood pressure. All right. And that's very important to make sure your blood is traveling efficiently to your heart and to your brain so you can function. So we're going to add some orange to this, and what I'm going to do is a technique known as supreme. So we cut off the top and the bottom of our orange, and we're going to follow the contour of the orange and shave off the sides. And we're going to do that to the entire orange. Okay. And then the name of the game, you want to make sure you get rid of any pith. Okay, and the pith is the white part of the orange that can tend to be bitter. All right, and we'll get rid of our orange peel. We'll do that to the other orange. So we're going to cut off the top here to expose the flesh. Cut off the navel to expose the flesh. When you're buying fruits and vegetables, if you're trying to save a little bit of money, it's really, really great if you pick fruits that are in season. So citrus fruit is in season during the winter time, so it comes into season around November and will stay until around late March or so. You can get oranges year-round, as we all know. The main thing I want you to look for is if you're buying a navel orange, a little trick with those is the larger the navel is on the bottom, the sweeter your orange. Okay, so when you're picking your oranges, make sure you find those big fat navels, and you'll have a nice sweet orange. Okay. So now to supreme the orange, we're just going to, well, take off any excess white. Okay. So we're going to hold the orange in our hand over our bowl. Okay. And what we're going to do is find the segment in between the membrane, and we're going to cut out the segment. Okay. Just like that. And then we're going to cut just to the side of the membrane. And we're going to cut out another segment. Okay, and we're just going to do that for the entire orange. Now I want you to make sure that you're doing this over a bowl because this gets pretty juicy as you get going. And any extra orange juice will just make your vinaigrette that much more tasty. Okay. So this takes a little bit getting used to, but I promise you if you keep practicing it, it'll go pretty quickly for you. And having a nice sharp knife will help you out a lot. Okay, and then our last one. Last one can usually be a little tricky. Okay. And then you're going to take the rest of the membrane here and you're going to squeeze it. Okay. Now we're going to do that again. All right, so our farro is finished cooking. As you can see, there's a lot of extra liquid left in there, so we're just going to drain that off. So we're going to take this to the sink, and we're going to drain it. All right, so to finish off our farro, our warm farro and citrus salad, we're going to add in some fresh thyme. Okay, just roughly run our knife through that. And add in our thyme. And just a bit of fresh flat leaf parsley. Come on. Okay. Remembering that our stems are nice and tender, so we can add those as well. Parsley is not necessarily the most nutrient-dense herb or thing out there, but what it does have the highest of is vitamin C. So, and it also adds just a nice brightness and freshness to your food. So we're gonna add in our parsley. I'm gonna stir this together. Get that farro coated in that vinaigrette. Remember, we have our cucumber in here, we have our red bell pepper, we have red onion that is a beautiful purple color now, and we have our pomegranate vinaigrette, and our orange segments. Okay. I always like to finish this with just a little extra pepper. It rarely needs any extra salt. We'll taste it here in a second. Okay, let's taste it. And it's good, really good. So as you can see, it's really easy to add fruits and vegetables into your daily lives. This salad is really, really simple. This is a great thing to eat cold the next day once all the flavors have had a chance to meld together. Again, you can find all these recipes at utahfnep.org. All of our recipes that we're making in our little segments here will be listed there. And I want to thank everybody for watching.